Greetings, welcome back to Switched to Linux. We are doing another live show today, and we're going to be doing the live, however you pronounce that word. I think it's Namib. My best guess is it's based on the Namib Desert, based mostly on, good educated guess, based mostly on the context, the banners, etc., etc. That's my best guess. And it occurred to me, one of these things I oftentimes forget to do, I forgot to build my banner. So give me a second. So, how is everybody doing today? Replace, export, yay, we're good. And close. Alright, so greetings everyone. Let's see, who do we have? Let's transfer over it here. Zane Wolf Alpha, greetings there. Isaiah Briggs, hello. Q1 Fiend, Linux Daily, hello there. Going to be able to watch this one. Oh, bummer. Alright. Craig Lill, yeah, I cannot say Namib one time fast. In fact, I just learned how to say it one time, period, because I had to look up the pronunciation. So, you know. Kitty Cam is engaged. Yes, Kitty Cam. I had another kitty in the office over here. She was being a little loud, but that's all right. Hello, Analog. Hello, Joe. Hello, LJ. KO2610. Hello, Robert Fitzpatrick. Greetings from Washington, the Evergreen State. Awesome. Linux Lord. Hello, my lord. Yes, my lord. Hello, Life Outside the Windows. And Robert Lopez. Greetings. Just listen to Billy Graham. My mom was a huge fan. Huh, cool. Yeah, there was one day, Billy Graham was getting a ride downtown, right, in his limo, and the limo driver's like, I just wanted to know what it's like in the backseat of the car. Billy Graham says, that's amazing, because I always want to know what it's like in the front seat of the limo. And so they decide to trade places. They're driving down the road, and this police officer pulls the limo over. And he gets up there, he sees it's Billy Graham driving, and he goes back and calls it in. He says, Chief, I don't know what to do about this call. He says, I don't know who's in the backseat of this car, but Billy Graham's the chauffeur. So, all right. Painful day. I'm sorry. That's not good. Shazura. Hello. Cats, dogs. Greetings. Kitty. Hello, Kirby Wood. And your retracted message. Baron Albatross. Greetings. Kobayashi. Hello. Yes, greetings to the kitty. Kitty got some hate. Kitty got some hate, people. Kitty got some hate. And I was telling this to a friend of mine. He's like, soulless, heartless. And so, of course, my biggest fan, my mouse is not working right. Hello, Mr. Mouse, would you work? So, my biggest fan leaves this comment, so I decided to pin it to the top because, it says, and you have a cat. Cool. No one cares. No one cares about this cute little kitty. Can you imagine that? So I pinned it to the top, and if you actually care about the kitty, go in there, give the kitty cat some love. Give the kitty some love. So that's actually on my video from yesterday. So if you go to that live comments and discussion on Elementary, show the kitty a little bit of love. So I thought that was kind of funny. Little goofy on my personality trait there. Pizza Loving Nerd, greetings. Let's see. I'm in Washington too. Cool. Harold Cruz, hello there. Davey, hello. Just bought a game, Unreal Tournament 2004, not realizing it's Windows. Doing no tucks, no bucks. Lorianto, yeah, poor kitty. He's okay. He's okay. All right, let's go ahead and jump on over to, I believe it's pronounced Namib, and correct me if I am wrong about that. So Namib is a Arch-based installer. I really wish their website looked a little bit better. So let's see, what am I on? I'm on Firefox. Okay, so if you guys happen to be watching and you want to make some changes, just come on over here to your font over here, and let's do a text shadow. 2 pixel, 2 pixel, 2 pixel, and drop. Oop, I gotta do 2 pixel and drop in some white. Doesn't it look a whole lot cooler if you were able to do that on everything? I mean, that's the way to go. That might be one of my few criticisms. So there you go. They can do the same thing on this and this. Anytime you have these backgrounds, having drop shadows, it's not to have cool effects. It's actually so you can read text. This is why Apple did the stupidest thing ever starting on iOS 7 when they got rid of the faint drop shadows on the back of everything. It made things harder to read. But anyway, here's their website. Has the Calamaris installer. You know, I should have had some calamari in here. Dip some calamari and some marinara. Sound good. Gotta like me some breaded squid. So this is an Arch install based on the Mate desktop. They said, you know, a lot of pre-installed applications. And if you look at the features in the system, of course, they have their basic information here. Core features are the things that we would expect out of a Linux distro. Then, of course, we have, they have a lot of cool tools in here in their settings manager. So this is something that I didn't see when I first looked at it briefly, that I'd like to have a look at in a little bit more detail. So we're going to actually go ahead and install this guy so you can see a lot of things you can do there. Then, of course, under the control, now they're talking about updating when you want. If I can get my chair out of the way, you can read that. There you go. And then, of course, they're talking about not collecting any data, and, you know, you can have the things that you want. So this is based on Arch, and I'm a little out of my element when we get into Arch. I believe it has Pac-Man, though, so I might be able to get some of it figured out. So let's go ahead and boot this guy up, and we're just going to go ahead and walk through the installation process of it all. And let me go ahead and move my comments over here so I can see that, and we'll go ahead and start this guy up and find my screen over here. All right, so here is our virtual machine booted up. So we're just going to go ahead and boot it. Oop, of course I do have to hit the enter on that button over there. It has captured my mouse. I'm going to have to control to get out of it. Well, that's booting up. Let's see. At least it works well on crossover. I hated it. Play on Linux and forgot I owned crossover. How do you feel about Linux on an SSD? Just make sure you are using a Linux distro that isn't going to be constantly writing and rewriting the cache. That could actually damage the thing. So be careful of that. Let me go ahead and mark my spot. Kitty 2020. Kitty for president 2020. Hey, Kitty, you want to run for president in a couple years? You might do better than Trump. You might. Yeah, you might. Actually, what? Our next election's then, right? Yeah, I think so. Guys, should we vote for the Kitty or vote for Trump? I mean, I don't know. All right, so over here, here's our basic installer. Let's go ahead and just push next. Of course, you can change your locations, change your keyboard layout. We're going to go ahead and let's erase the disk and install it. Hopefully we won't run into any problems here. Let's call this Kitty. And Kitty is the password. In case I forget the password, you guys can remember me. So here I can log in automatically without asking for the passwords and use the same password for the administrator account. Kind of confirms everything. And here is my installation process. So while that's installing, I have chocolate coffee today. It's very good. All right, well, that's installing. Let's go ahead and have another look at some comments. All right, 2K4, there's a good LAN party. Hello, Jeff, how are you? Arch Linux is really snappy on the SSD. Should really hire you for their website. If they watch, that's an easy thing. Just drop that into the CSS file and all three of the elements there, and that'll be an easy thing to do. So, but yeah, I could consult on that. That wouldn't be a big deal. All right, make sure you have at least 8 gigs of RAM and don't have a swap partition. Okay, there's some good advice. Designing a CentOS server with SSD for the OS and RAID for the file serving. Cool. Okay, need your help turning down the swap in Linux Mint. I heard it makes your computer run faster. Anyone else can help with that? That's not the area of expertise that I would have. Not work. Can't handle this. Oh. Okay, going to pick up a Mac, 2006 iMac, got for cheap tomorrow. Came all the way from Jersey to the Isle of Wight just for an iMac. Huh. You can just install without swap. Okay, yeah, you can do that. Do that. You can delete the swap partition, etc., etc. Let's see. It's based on Arch. It is more likely going to have Pacman as the pack manager. Bad joke here. Sorry. Deepin. Yeah. After dual boot install deepin change grub timeout one. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you watch Pornhub too much, a little pitch. When I'm done with the live stream here, I'm going to be streaming on my Christian channel about how to overcome that kind of stuff. I've had enough people approach me in recent years wanting help getting off of a addiction to bad stuff on the internet. And so I've decided I've taken a lot of notes and helped a lot of people with that. And so I decided I'm just going to go ahead and stream how to do that on my Christian channel. So that's coming up at 9 o'clock EST. So I have to be done by before then. And hopefully enough time to relax a little bit. And then I'll be back streaming again. So, you know. Pacman is Arch's default manager, so it should have it. What environment are you using on Mint? I am using Cinnamon. Vote Kitty. Vote Kitty. Kitty, you're going to be voted president. All right, Kitty's going to be voted president. I have a hard drive, but I think you can disable swap. Linux Lite boots in 8 seconds on SSD. Yeah, actually, my Linux Mint, when I ran my development computer here on Linux Mint on an SSD, it actually, I think it loaded in 5 seconds. It was insane. You push the power button and you were looking at a login screen. It was creepy. Now it takes, I'm on a traditional hard drive because they just last a whole lot better, especially with all the video stuff I'm doing. And they'll last for, I don't know. I think it takes 30 seconds to a minute now to install. I don't know. Linux Lite boots and okay. Does the Kitty support net neutrality? Yes. The Kitty supports net neutrality. Eric also votes Kitty. Wasn't there a town with a cat as a mayor? Probably. I mean, if you can issue a credit card to a cat, then yes, I'm sure that that's a possibility. The thing seems to be stuck at 24% installation. We're waiting for this thing to install. It seems to be stuck, but we're gonna give it a bit. When I get down to the bottom of the comments, I'll switch back over to that screen and see what I can figure out. With Arch distros having good community, it doesn't have obnoxious elitist bleep holes and have no manners and force the command on you, the command line on you. Greetings, Keegan. Going to switch from Mint to Debian 9. Yeah, I'm running Debian on my media computer behind me. Of course, you can't see it because there's a circuit board in the way. Go play the old Valve games, Half-Life, Opposing Force, and Blue Shift. Hey, we moved to 25%. Sweet, we're moving. I noticed that Mint on the internet runs really good. Only Ethernet. Mint on the internet runs really good. Only Ethernet. like only runs well on the Ethernet. Check your go into your driver manager and see if there is a update to your or a better card to be using for your wireless card. Linux Daily uses Manjaro and Elementary. All right, Manjaro is cool. It's a nice rolling release. I liked Manjaro when I was running that. I have not tried Cinnamon yet, but pretty sure if you have a fresh install, you can choose to customize the drive and have no swap. Not sure the effect of removing the swap would be. I don't know myself. KDE is by far the best desktop environment on Manjaro. I actually really liked running my Manjaro with Budgie. That actually ran nice, but I really do like KDE. That is a nice desktop. I wish they had a better window manager, but it is good otherwise. Any chance for a Kitty Linux with Cinnamon? Well, you know, I usually like my Kitty with teriyaki, but ooh. And the cat has run away. Bad joke and bad distro. Deep in 40 plus distros. Never have that happen. All right. And what are yours and Kitty's thoughts on Linux Mint XFCE? I like Linux Mint. It just seems to work, whether that's my Linux Mint KDE, Linux Mint Cinnamon. I don't run a Linux Mint XFCE. I've played with it in a VirtualBox a few times. It seems to work pretty nicely. Overall, I like XFCE, just not as much as like KDE and Cinnamon. So that's usually what I run. All right, well, the installation appears to be done. Here's my proof. So I can hit the option there to restart now. I'm not sure if the Calamar's installer does what Ubuntu's does and allows you to... we're actually going to power off. I'm not sure this one actually ejects the... oh, did you come to get covered in teriyaki? Ooh, he came to get covered in teriyaki. So you'll see here that the ISO is still in the VirtualBox, and so I were to just restart it, it would get me right back to where I was before. So I just have to remove the disk. Now I can restart it, and then that should install nicely. All right. So go ahead and boot that up, and let's see. One exit urgent care. Huh. Says these are too expensive and don't have 4 terabyte, which is what I want. How do you make a server on Linux? That's a great question. I'm going to pause right there because our desktop's back. So you can see we have a very nice desktop. It is running Mate. We have our update manager down here in the corner that you can't see because I'm sitting right on top of it. It's right here, right here. But if I were to move me, then there is an update manager. So there, I just clicked it. So here is your package manager. So you have a lot of different packages installed. So here's your categories. So you can see that we have 423 updates available. Give your application an accessibility workout. Okay, that's interesting. So groups. Here's what's installed. Here's our updates. Of course, it's checking for updates. You can see the Namib settings manager has 2 language packs available. So I am getting nice notifications up there at the top. Let's go ahead and pull this down. Let's have a look at our preferences. What was this? Kitty, right? All right, so here we can remove unrequired dependency as turned off. If you're a more advanced Linux user, you might want to turn that on, keep your system oil clean. If you're a little more basic, you want to keep that off so that it doesn't accidentally remove something that you might need. Checking for updates, it will do that. So if you're annoyed by checking for updates, you can go ahead and click this guy off and it will not check. And then here it's how frequently does it check for it. And then you can hide the tray icon when there's no updates available. So that's kind of cool. And then here I can ignore certain upgrades. I wish that was on Debian because Skype wants to update itself and I'm not letting it because this is the only Linux computer I have that Skype works flawlessly on and I'm not letting them update it. AUR, which is the Arch User Repository. There are a ton more software. If you need software and you can't find it on the regular system, turn this on. You will probably have everything in the history of the universe if it's possible on Linux. And so we have that. So version numbers of each package to keep. There's 3. So there's a little bit there about your setup. So let's go ahead and have a look at what systems, what applications are installed first. Then we're going to go ahead and look at that settings manager. So icon set is, it's actually not bad. For a modern icon set, which are never my favorite, this is actually a very nice one. Let's see, favorites, there's nothing there. Accessories. So we do feel like a full system. It has a lot of system utilities, calculators, archive manager, things like that, which is great because, you know, there are certainly people who need this type of stuff, and the fact that it's installed by default is wonderful. Add remove software. There is a GTK greeter, print settings, and a software updater. I think that's the same thing we just had. Yep. And I got two little dudes sitting here. That kind of looks like a little dragon thing. Let's see. So that is actually, you can't see that. I'm in the way. Let me move me. Let's move me over here. We don't need the clock, right? Looking at the system tray right now. All right, so here's our volume, clipboard manager. You can see here we have a couple updates. So that one's kernels. It looks like it's giving us the same icon twice. So let's go ahead and click on that. See what that guy gives me. So this is your settings manager, Namib settings manager. So we can choose which Linux kernel we have. This is always an excellent option. One of the reasons I like Linux Mint is it has this ability that you can make these adjustments to the kernel. So if you did want to use something else, you have that as an option. Let's just go ahead and look at the settings manager now because we're here. Locale settings. I'm guessing this will just allow you to choose all your details for pretty much everything, and that's really awesome. You know, the names, the address, the currencies, everything is kind of set back there to English, so that's good. Language packs, of course, if you do need to change your languages. We just looked at the kernel. Here's our user accounts, the kitty. Let's go ahead and looks like they don't give me some nice things to pick from out of the default. I wanted to switch that to a little kitty cat, but looks like I don't have that option there. Time and date. I don't like where the clock is right in the middle, but that's changeable. All right, keyboard settings, hardware configurations. So here we're in the video VirtualBox. Of course, if you've noticed, we do have guest editions installed by default. So it looks like that's everything in the Namib settings. So that's actually pretty cool. So this here would get you any updates to your drivers. So that's good. All right, let's go ahead now and continue looking at the software. Nothing in education. Graphics, we have the Eye of Mate. We have GIMP. We have the Mate color selection tool. These are very handy for web designers. I like applications. That's one of the things I really like about GIMP that GIMP definitely has over Photoshop, at least the version of Photoshop I have, where it will save the last 12 colors that you've used. And so if you're in the middle of working on a big document with 6 or 7 different colors, all of your colors are saved right in the color palette on GIMP itself. Wait, you want to go? What do you want to do? Here. There we go. He's like, no, I really don't want to go. I just want to sit here and bother you. Okay. Kitty's just going to chill. All right. Internet. We have a server browser. I have no idea what that one is. Okay. I don't know. Firefox. Thunderbird and transmission. Let's double check the version of Firefox here as that boots up. All right, under Office, we have looks like the full LibreOffice, databasing and everything. And as one person requests, hey, where's my Firefox? Firefox, did I not click you? I must not have clicked Firefox. All right, let's see, about LibreOffice. So we are running 5.3 version LibreOffice. I have no idea where Firefox is. Firefox seems to have vanished on me. Let's test the spelling checker. All right, so it does do the spelling right away. We do not have things like the synonym put in there, so if you need synonyms, you would have to do that. Yeah, I have no idea where Firefox went. Firefox, where are you, Firefox? I'm calling you, Mr. Firefox. Okay. Well, maybe our web browser just didn't get quite installed quite right. Let's go into our settings. Let's see if there's an update for Firefox. I don't want to update everything right this second because I think it's going to take too long, but let's check a couple things. First thing I want to check is if Firefox is in the update list. So Firefox does not seem to be working for me out of the box. The kitty has left the building. All right, I don't see that. Let's see if there's an update to LibreOffice. So that's actually going to 5.4. So it does want to update LibreOffice to 5.4. I think this version of this distro came out in September 2017. So it's not too surprised that there's a lot. I just don't want to download a gig of updates right now. But for whatever reason, Firefox is not working. I can't remember how to... somebody shoot me the command on installing and removing something. Is it SY? What's the command again in Pacman to install a application? Somebody tell me that in the comments, and then I'll go ahead and have a look into that. But for some reason, Firefox is not working on me. We have the dictionary. Let's see, basic preferences. So this gives us all of our various settings. We do have KDE settings. Sound and video. We have Brassario for doing DVD, CD, and DVD burning. We have MPV media player, Pulse Audio. That's a handy one for particularly. I usually have to install Pulse Audio if I'm doing recording things with Audacity to get more fine control over my recording settings. Then we have Rhythm Box, and then nothing too special there. Let's have a look at our system monitor. Looks like we are running on about 700 megabytes of data. Let's see, is anybody... Pacman S, Pacman R, Pacman S, Firefox. Okay. All right. Did I not spell that right? Could not satisfy dependencies. Isn't version... See, this is why I'm out of my element with Pac-Man. Yeah, I mean, I still can't seem to run it. Can I just... Firefox? System is not getting on the internet for me. I'll tell you that. Let me try... Try Chromium. I don't know. I don't know. Things aren't looking too good. Things aren't looking too good. Wow. Okay. Well, I can't seem to get onto anything on the internet over there. In fact, like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and reboot the system, and then we'll give that another try in a minute there. All right, let's go up to, where were I at? I had marked the place I wanted to leave that comment at. Where was it? All right, so David Lauren, how do you make a server on Linux? I'm guessing you're talking like a basic web server type thing. Okay. We're back booted up. Let's see if either of these will allow me to get on the internet. All right. So as far as, like, depending on the servers, of course, if you don't know what you're doing in the networking end, you may or may not actually be able to get everything working well. And of course, without really knowing your security and how to harden things, you would never open up a home web server to the outside world. It just gets too dangerous doing that kind of stuff. And so you want to keep that in mind. But as far as running servers, Ubuntu servers are nice. CentOS is the industry standard. So you can do either of those. Now, if you want things like a media server specifically, the one I personally use is Open Media Vault because it's the best server system that you can get that is within the best server system you can get that is a Debian based as far as media servers. And I try and stay within the Debian family because I know how to use it a whole lot better than when I get into the CentOS. Despite, you know, having worked with CentOS a lot as web servers, usually you're working on an interface like cPanel and not necessarily routing your way into those. And so the best thing for a media server, Open Media Vault. And I have a lot of videos on how to do that. Web servers, I would grab Ubuntu Server because it's very well documented and is easy to install. So that's what I would say for that. LeVar Chandragot's deep end for 17 months and it rocks. Very cool. Better Wi-Fi is somewhere in Haiti. I don't like how bloated Debian is. I expected it to be just XFCE, but install LibreOffice, Firefox, and lots of other stuff you don't need. Did you... hey, you might be right. I can't remember for sure. I know I usually download the net installer, which has very few things installed by default. I thought I selected all the stuff that I wanted when I installed mine, but I can't remember. It's been too long. I mean, I built my Debian system right after Stretch came out, so I can't remember. Let's see. Arch could include easy Debian support. Broken laptop screen, second VGA screen, how? Settings have to reboot. Has anyone been playing with KDE Connect? I had it a while ago when I still had my Samsung phone, but I've not actually worked with it since then. It actually worked fine until I got a Plasma update, and then it stopped working, and so I was like, it's not worth it. Shh, XP the PC nerd. You're not supposed to tell anyone I'm secretly Chinese. Okay, Mr. Last live stream about Elementary OS, but I do agree with you that it isn't the best distro. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. Yeah, that's the thing, you know? That's the thing. You are entitled to your opinion. This guy I've been commenting about, he is an absolute fanboy that cannot respect the fact that I hate it. And I hate it for objective reasons. Some of them are subjective, but I don't get hung up over subjective reasons for hating distros. I don't. I can get over the fact if I'm going to run a GNOME-based distro and I hate GNOME, I'm definitely not going to criticize the thing for being GNOME. Okay? Because I'm aware of that. I want to look for objective things. And that's the thing, you know? This guy just can't understand the fact that it's not for everyone. It's not revolutionary. His last comment, I actually deleted it. I should have kept it, but I deleted it. It just came off as very rude. He was like, you never mentioned the App Center, how revolutionary it is. It is not revolutionary. There's nothing revolutionary about the Elementary App Center. It's an App Center. The only thing revolutionary is they're trying to do something Canonical tried and failed at 5 years ago, and that is adding payment options into it. That's not revolutionary. That's old news. All right. Do you have a gaming PC with a Linux? And how long have you used Linux? Me personally, I've used Linux for about 2 years on a daily basis. And no, I'm just not a gamer. I have a few old Windows games I like to play. And they actually work fine under Wine, and so I can play them without any problem. But I'm not a gamer, so I mean, I have multiple businesses I run. I don't got time to sit down and do games. Oh yes, pizza. Did you get the host file working? What are Windows apps everyone misses? I like Sound Recorder on Windows, man. You have it on that XP install. Sound Recorder's awesome. Usually game on Windows 8, but I put the stream in my Ubuntu and was surprised how many games were compatible. MX, yeah. Linux Daily, yes, okay. Lack close feel. Oh. Are you, like, watching the stream from the emergency room? Hi, doctors! Installation stuck on TD1 after deep and install dual boot. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Using Linux run. A Linux distro that pushes your hardware to the max. Does it mine Bitcoin? Debian has more software than Arch. I don't know. If you turn on the Arch user repository, I'm pretty sure it might beat Debian. I don't know. I've never done a quantitative analysis of how much has what in it. Yes, Kitty, I'll move my coffee cup for you. Good night, TSM. Yeah, it looks like a clean UI, but it doesn't seem to work. Oh. Like, I can't get... let's see if... I mean, yeah, I can get other applications to work. Yeah, I rebooted the system. I still can't get into Firefox or Chromium. See if Thunderbird loads. HTOP is not installed. All right, there is HTOP. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just it is not allowing me to run. I can't run Firefox. I can't run Chromium. Let's go into our let's just install something else. So apply that. Commit kitty. Hey, we got a web browser. I have no idea why Firefox and Chromium are not working, but they are not. I don't know. We got Midori going, though. All right, now that we're on the internet, let's see if I can get Firefox going over here. Yeah. Yeah, it's like not even trying. I'm wondering if maybe it's something wrong with the how it's installed or the system. But Chromium and Firefox, neither one is going anywhere. But hey, we got a web browser on Midori now. So that'll work. All right. Do cleaner versus Stacy. Which one would you use, or command line? The only one I've used is BleachBit. DPI, yeah, let's see, it's Mate, which, how do I access the DPI? I don't actually do that usually. Is it settings? Why do I always... Control center, there it is. All right, let's have a look at, yeah, it's actually the size I like icons, but I realize it's probably pretty small for a lot of people. Here's our basic stuff. Somebody, where do I actually change the... Is that under displays? I actually have not actually changed the DPI. Where do I do that at? Somebody let me know where that is, and we'll do that. All right, Voyager Linux. Other DEs are available. For this distro, out of the box, it looks like just Mate. In fact, I think that's what their system says, is it's a Mate build. So I think this is just available as Mate. It does seem like if you're looking for an Arch that is for a basic user, it might be a good introduction to Arch. However, I'm wondering why Firefox and Chromium are not working, if that's something just in the VirtualBox, whatever else. But something goofy is going on. And I'm growing a tentacle here. Late app permission request. Yeah, I've been noticing some things, goofy things from Firefox lately myself. All right, see you later, Baron Albatross. Distros like acquaintances. Some remembered fondly, some not so much. Okay, red star information. Let's see. Sudo, Pac-Man sucks, potatoes are great. Greetings, Peach. Have you tried restarting the computer? Yes, I did restart it. Well, I hope you're not in there for anything bad, Mark. That wouldn't be good. I have no sound because the older couple next to me wanted it off. Tell them to turn that. No, never mind. That's too bad. Okay, so Pete's also used the net installer for typing. Okay, so maybe it does install a lot by default. I think Ubuntu is going to be doing a minimal install with 18, so you can get it with, you know, nothing except what you want. Joe also hates GNOME. High five. I am good, Chris, and the kitty is also good. Kitty, are you good?
Hi, Chris.
He's like, dude, I was comfortable. Oh, is wine hard to use for games? Not really. Sometimes though it depends on the game, the configuration. I have one video about it. I should probably do some more though. I probably should do more of those. Got the host file to work, but I had to remove something to get YouTube to work. Really? Huh. I know there a few of the YouTube ad systems are still blocked in there. I've tried to unblock most of them, but chicken is very late. Harold Cruz, latest Skype update. Manjaro is the first time my camera was found. Have Skype now without going to another computer. Awesome. Yeah, I did not have any problems with Skype and Manjaro. I know the latest version, Skype 8, does not work well with Linux Mint in any of the distros I tried it. I'll have to try it on the completely other computer, though, see if that works. Greetings, Jonathan. Probably just need to update the stream to fix it. Yeah, I mean, I could try updating it. The problem is there's like a gig of updates. I don't really want to run a gig of updates through it right now. That's very good possibility. Video about antics last night. So I tried to hold on my laptop. It's blazing fast. Makes Ubuntu look bad. Wow. Cool. Yeah, the only thing I don't know how to use the desktop environment of that, and I just don't have time to read the documentation. I'd love to learn that sometime. Like, they copy other distros and change a little bit of code. Linux is stupid. No? DPI is in the appearance. Let's go ahead and customize. I'm not seeing it in appearance. After you apply the system updates. Okay, so my system here is not booting Firefox because it needs to run those updates. That is perfectly acceptable. Why does everyone like OpenSUSE? Popular Linux people were on the board. It's one of the old ones that had a lot of support. I had an OpenSUSE install at one point in time that I thought was really nice. Why do you guys use use WaterFox? The reason I use WaterFox is because Mozilla seems to be losing their ever-loving mind, and but I do like how Firefox works. So WaterFox is Firefox without all of the concerns with it. You can install it on all distros, it just might have to be a little harder. You young whippersnappers in your ding-blasted Linux. That's right. Arch and Debian base does. Okay. Yes, Pseudo Linux, I am live. It was a request of somebody to go live, and so I went live. I will be on the Christian channel, though, here in about an hour or so. Later. Yeah, I'm surprised we saw Pseudo Linux at all. I mean, Pseudo Linux we're installing Gentoo, so he's going to be out for another 3 or 4 days, I think. Look at that cat. He's just like, yeah, this is fun. This is comfy. Okay, when I'm on Windows, I basically use Firefox because I like it more than other browsers. On Linux, normally use Chromium and use Chrome for compatibility. There you go. Greetings, Ray. Ray, if you're hugging everyone in the chat, make sure you hug quick and then back away quickly so that your interpretations are not, misinterpreted, because that's crazy. It's in fonts under rendering. Click on the 4 options. Click the details button. Oh, okay. Ah, there we are. Whoa! There we are. How's that? That one looking better? We can go mono, best shapes, subpixel. Let's do that. Yep, so it's there under details. How big can we make it? That's too big. There we go. We'll stick at that. That seems better. That good for everyone? Yeah, that's actually quite a bit better. A little nicer on my aging eyeballs. Yeah, I tried Chromium. That's not working either. All right, good to know. Ray backs away quickly. There you go. Could installing Gentoo be implemented as a long-term prison sentence? Just for double life, man. See you, Baron. I don't think so. The developer of Chromium just works great. All right. All right, let's see if there's anything else in this distro we want to look at before we wrap this guy up. All right, so let's see. We've done all of these items here. Okay. All right. We've looked at what is installed. We've looked at their custom control center. That's actually about it, really. So, yeah, I mean, my guess is it's going to work just fine if you apply those system updates. So, here's my basic thoughts after looking at this. Oh, wait, I forgot. I always want to look at my desktop backgrounds. They have a few desktop backgrounds. We got that. Kind of exciting, but a little boring. That's pretty. I like that. That's nice. Got this guy. Ooh, I like that. That's good. That's nice. I do kind of like this one, but actually I think this is my favorite. I do like that one the most. All right, my basic thoughts on this. Mate desktop, I really like the Mate desktop. I also really like the way they have it default configured, which would be very comfortable for a Windows user coming over. Since there's a lot of GUI tools that work well in the system, it does a good job of alerting you to updates, but kind of stays a little out of your way. I would say if you are wanting to learn how to use Arch and you're looking for a good system, I would highly recommend this as a distro. It's going to have all of the capabilities. The Mate desktop is a very fine desktop. Let's go ahead and have a look at some of the other themes available. Real quick, this is one of my favorites here, a little older style. I think I run this on one of my computers. I was running this one, I think. We got the green. And of course, you can customize desktop themes and stuff like that. Let's have a look at that one there. So I kind of like that. That's pretty nice. So you know, there's a lot of themes, a lot of customizability, but it's not overly complicated. It's going to be a familiar system, and it seems to work pretty well. Of course, you got to run these updates. And the only reason I'm not running the system updates I usually would is because it's almost a gigabyte of updates for, you know, a virtual install that's going to be wiped out, you know, when I'm done with this here. But overall, I would say, yes, if a person is wanting to try out Arch, I would highly recommend this distro. It's nice, it's clean, beautiful interface, very nice system, very nice setup. So that's kind of my thoughts and my takes on, was it Namib? I am not going to be able to pronounce that. Namib, I think. So cool distro. I really like it. Give it some thumbs up for the developers on this one. Let's go and do a final check-in on the comments, and then we'll go ahead and feed the kitty and wrap this bad boy up. Installing Gentoo is cruel and unusual punishment. Yeah, I think sudo Linux I think he got grounded. His parents are like, you're not allowed to come out of your room until you're done with Gentoo. Guys, is that what happened to sudo? Kitty, is that what happened to sudo? Yeah? Is that what happened to sudo? See, Kitty agrees. Kitty's like, yeah, that's what happened to sudo, all right. He did something wrong and he's forced to install Gentoo. Switch, can we get a moment of silence for all the hugs going towards BSDs? All right, let's back away quickly. Really want to learn Linux, become a Gentoo man. Hey, I'll take the easy Gentoo way out. Give me a Chromebook. No. All right. BST can go to HE double hockey sticks. I don't know, not entirely. My router, of course, is BSD. I have a router that runs pfSense. I will tell you this. For 2018 and the technologies we have, why can a BSD router not support an N system wireless card? Really? Come on. Really? It's a good starter OS, however, make sure you run the system updates and reboot. Yes, I agree. You really want to learn Linux? Become a gentleman. Do. Cowardly Linux lion voice. How does it compare to Antergos? I would want to install this. I'd want to install this on hardware to make that final determination. I think one of the challenges I have with the Calamaris installer itself is it's going to default to install to the UEFI partition or UEFI boot options, and that always screws with my computer. So I don't like doing that. However, one advantage Antergos has over this is the ability of multiple desktop environments. You can choose pretty much any desktop environment there is with Antergos. This you are stuck only with Mate, it appears, unless you want to add another desktop environment on top of it, which I'm sure you could easily do. But that's kind of one of the things they're gonna differ in. As far as the structural differences between them, I couldn't answer that one. 4 days just get X11. Do I like Antergos? I'm not a huge fan of Antergos, honestly. And I've tried to use it a few times. I couldn't get it working right. I'm not a huge fan, but, you know. What's my favorite distro? Linux Mint Cinnamon is what I use for production. I use some breed of KDE on my other computer. So this one right here is Debian KDE. This is actually Debian that can that actually has. I have KDE, Mate, and Cinnamon all on this computer. It just depends on which one I want to boot into. Usually, I'm booting into KDE on that. Did you have to say on your other channel tonight? Yes. Let me go ahead and close down this distro, and then I will get you the channel information for that. I will be streaming in about an hour on my Christian channel, and let me go ahead and grab that, the specific link for that. Okay, so this one is the link to the channel, and the live stream is coming up in about an hour. So those two links are right there, so I'll be over there in a bit. Just need to change my green screens around a little bit and take a brief break. Let's see, install IFS. Let's see, could I get the link to the other channel? Yes, it is in the description down there. I just posted that. Let's see, got a nice Gearhead wireless mouse. I can use both USB and wireless sensor or Bluetooth from TJ Maxx for $8. Nice. Have you hugged your router yet? See if it will fail. I don't want to hug my router and see if it'll fail. I'll hug my kitty. Yeah. All right, kitty's got hugs. He's like, whoa, what's up with this? Ant-air goss. Ant-air goes. Okay. Ant-air goes. Ant-air goes. Where does my ant-air go? Mint Master Race. Yes. Will a distribution of Linux run on the original Atari 800? I don't know. Warty Warthog will. Hey, James. Yeah, James, I'm going to be streaming on the Christian channel, though, in about an hour. What was the topic this week? We did Antergos. All right, let's go ahead and end this right. I don't actually have my dual kitty screen. Oh, I do have my dual kitty screen over here. Tink. Dual kitty screen. Oh, yeah. He's like, it's exciting. Most exciting time of the day. All right. You're going to get 2 because you're going to get 2 at the later one too, kitty. All right. You're going to get that's it for now. And then you're going to get 2 more. Oh, he's thinking he's going to get another one because he usually gets 3. You will have 2 more, though, in a couple of hours. Okay, buddy? Okay? Yeah? All right. Put Tiny Core on an Apple IIe with a tape drive. Wow. 8 a.m., no class, and you're live. Yeah, I'm just wrapping this up. We will be over on the other channel, though, in about an hour. So I will catch you guys over there. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Let's see. We've had 65 peak, 55 total, 193 playbacks, average duration of 18 minutes and 17 seconds, and a total combined of 57 hours watched. That's cool. Ever installed Windows 95 from floppies? I have a Windows 95 OEM disk and an active product license key. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap it up. Have yourself a wonderful evening, and we'll see you in about an hour on the Christian channel.